I'm Daz James. I'm Senior Lecturer in Stage and Production here at Royal Welsh College of Music and Drama, and I'm also the course leader for the MA in Stage and Event Management. The course provides an intensive practical training for anybody who's looking for a career in stage or event management. The course over years has evolved to adapt to the fact that the entertainment industry are looking for trained, versatile individuals who can adapt what they're doing to any circumstance. So the course is broken down into two main parts, and the first part is the one that's studied full-time at the college. Students will join us in September for term one, where you are able to pick up practical skills training. We cover lots of things like lighting, so that could be like focusing or programming lighting desks, sound, working with microphones and sound desks, putting a sound chain together. A lot to do with stage management, naturally. So we'll be looking at the role of assistant stage manager, propping, or DSM roles such as calling and rehearsals and blocking, right through to scheduling, budgeting. And by covering all of those, you're then prepared then for the productions, which is the second half of that first term. The students will then join the Richard Burton Company, which is our in-house repertory company. We have three main spaces, and those give us a range of environments, and each one is so different in terms of what type of work we put on. One's a proscenium, one's a black box studio space, so it's just a good range of environments, and all the students come together from all the different disciplines. So naturally the cast are students, but also the stage managers, the lighting designers, the costume designers. Every role is taken up by a student. Yes, there are directors and production supervisors, but the work is predominantly the work of the students. And by giving them the ownership of that work, students take great pride in publicly performed pieces to a paying audience. After Christmas, the students return to the classroom, where we do 6 weeks of study, which covers a range of different areas of the job. So that would involve management skills, but it's also personal development and looking at getting jobs, sorting out yourself for interviews and CVs. We introduce them to a tax advisor. We get them to talk to members of Equity and other unions. In the second term, they also have to choose between a planning project or an event project. It's the only time on the course where there's an elective point where you would have to select one project or the other. The planning project is aimed at stage managers. This is where you can cost a medium-scale tour, put together a costing based on a whole load of research, looking into wages, touring allowance, so all the responsibilities that a stage manager would have to undertake as part of that process, identify all the challenges that come with taking a show on the road, and it just gives you a good overview of the industry. The event project is a similar project to the planning project. You would put together a proposal based on a brief, and those briefs could be a music festival, it could be an award show, televised award show, or it could be a celebrity wedding. The students get to choose which of those briefs they want to use, and then they go away and do the research and identify how they would put that together. And then they present that to a panel like a client, and in an attempt to sort of get the blessing of the client and to proceed with the event. All of these projects are hypothetical, but it's just a really good way of demonstrating their learning, their research, and then their ability to be very concise with that information when they bring it back to you. Following that, they go back on productions, again, as part of the Richard Burton Company. So it's another 6-week production, choice of venues, could be an opera, it could be a musical. We also have a new writing season where we commission 4 new plays every year. The diversity of the work that we do means that there's great choice to choose between. Term 2 takes us up to Easter. After the Easter vacation, students will then have 2 more placements to complete. That can be done in one of 3 ways. It could be an internal production here at the college as part of the Richard Burton Company. It could be a work placement with an external provider, or it could be as part of the Venue 13 team at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. Those 2 placements can be done in a range of different ways, but the flexibility of the course means you don't have to do them straight away. We have a range of productions, again, in-house that you can choose to undertake. So if, for example, you've been an ASM on your first production, DSM on your second production, you might be working your way up to a stage manager. That way, you've got that natural progression. As an alternative, you can choose to do a placement externally with an external provider. That can be in a range of different environments and in a range of different formats. A lot of our students go to partner organisations to do their external placements. External places can be anywhere in the country. Naturally, Cardiff has a lot to offer, whether it's in the world of opera, we've got Welsh National Opera, or National Dance Company of Wales, if you're interested in dance. A whole range of venues theatre companies. Of course, Cardiff isn't the only location that students want to go on placement to. We've been very successful with other locations around the country, West Yorkshire Playhouse, Manchester Royal Exchange, Bath Theatre Royal or Bristol Vic. But there's always a natural progression towards London. So we have got good links with a lot of London companies as well. Companies such as Shakespeare's Globe or Royal Court, Donmar Warehouse, National Theatre, RSE. The alternative route for external placements is to find one for yourself. So if a student really wants to work in that particular part of the industry, then we can work with them to find the right partner. And that allows us to work in other areas such as TV, film, events, all of those other partner organisations that we have good connections with, or we can help them start the new ones. The benefit of external placements with a lot of these organisations is that it's not only just an opportunity to apply what you know in a working environment, but quite often it leads to a potential job and the start of a really successful career. And finally, a third option for external placements might be to join the college's Edinburgh Fringe venue. Venue 13 is a venue that we run at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival every year, using the students to organise it, to manage it, and to look after all the visiting companies that come from all over the world. Companies come to Venue 13 from Europe, the Far East, the UK, and particularly North America as well. They'd be the venue manager. They would be liaising with all the visiting companies, communicating, making sure the venue was ready, and managing the team to look after the needs of all the visiting companies on their arrival. The bulk of the course is delivered here in our classrooms, in our theatre spaces, but also at the scenic workshops. In order to teach the classes, we have a lot of internal staff that deliver a core of the teaching, but a lot of the teaching is done by visiting practitioners, professionals who are still active in the industry, all of which are bringing their expertise and their current practice into the classroom and sharing that with the students. Alongside the teaching in the theatre, we also have a lot of event management teaching. This is delivered by visiting companies as well, such as Production 78 and Sarah Cole Productions. These guys are graduates, but they're also very successful in their field, and they bring their expertise to help run the event management modules. Once the 4 production placements are completed, students then go off and get jobs. They get a very successful career, and they start building up a portfolio of work. And it's from that portfolio of work, usually after about a year, that we then start re-engaging with the student to look at part 2, which is their professional practice portfolio, the PPP. Is a self-reflective thesis, 6,000 words, all about you as the practitioner. Graduates of the course go on to a whole range of different jobs in a whole range of different disciplines. In the event management industry, students work at Glastonbury and all the major festivals around the country. Olympic Games as part of the events infrastructure team. Commonwealth Games, opening ceremonies, closing ceremonies, you name it, graduates are working on those productions. Graduate success stories in theatre also include members of stage management teams across the country, whether it's the National Theatre, Royal Shakespeare Company, or major tours around the country like Wicked and Les Mis. Cardiff as a city is a great city to study in. It's vibrant, it's exciting, lots of choice for the arts, sports, leisure, entertainment, all of those things. It really is a welcoming city. With so many universities and a strong student community, everybody who comes here falls in love with the place and really enjoys studying here. Those who apply for the course usually come from 2 different backgrounds. One would be from somebody who perhaps already works in a theatre or who already is in the industry, but isn't able to quite make that transition into making it full-time or getting the jobs they were hoping to get. Alternatively, they may have come from an undergraduate degree. They might have studied drama, but have shown a particular interest in the stage management module, or while studying any degree, to be honest, joined a student drama group, realised that the theatre was what they wanted to do, and have shown a particular interest in stage management and technical theatre or event management, and don't know how to progress with that further. Applications for the course are made through UCAS Conservatoire, and through that process, you'll write a personal statement. In that personal statement, we're looking for evidence of passion, a commitment, whatever experience you've got to date, but a real clarity that you understand what it is you want to get out of the course. It's a relatively short period of time, and so it's nice to be able to be sure that you know what you're looking for and you get the most out of the training whilst you're here. Once we've received your application, all students are invited for an interview to present some of their experiences, whether it's through a portfolio and images of some of the productions they've done before. But the main thing we're looking for is character, a real commitment, an ability to communicate clearly, and passion. And if they've got a passion for the industry, then we're going to get on well.